we're at the 2011 Milwaukee Muskie Show, and I'm here with Lee, who's also part of the Big Fish 365 crew, and we're here to basically, this is where the muskie season starts. All the new product that's going to be available to all the consumers, it all starts right here. So maybe you could tell some people about it.
Well, pretty much like Eric said, this is where it all begins. You know, being a muskie guy, we're kind of like fanatics all winter, you know, because we can't, ice fish for them. So we got to somehow appease ourselves by playing with the lures and buying them and thinking about what's going to be the magic bait for each season. So.
Sure. And now, you know, we're going to talk a lot today. I want to talk a lot of these different vendors about new products and try to keep things simple. This is in the Learn How to Fish section. So we're going to talk about guys looking to come out here and catch their first couple of muskies.
Sure.
What, you know, you have a wide variety of topwater baits. If you could pick just two that you could give to a guy that has a low budget, but maybe two of your favorite baits for catching big muskies, which two would you pick here?
Well, even just one to make it even more simple.
Sure.
This bait here, water chopper, I mean, this is my staple bait. This is the bait that I probably throw the most out of all my different surface baits. Why? Well, because it's easy to use and it catches the most fish. It's basically like a bucktail, but it's on the surface. So it's a little different in that regard. But the water chopper is just a good all-around, fast-paced bait. It's fun to use, it's easy to use, and it's a very high hooking percentage bait as well. So
yeah, it looks fantastic. Well, that's great. Well, you know what we're going to end up doing is we're going to start walking around. We'll check out some of the other vendors and talk to a bunch of people about how we can get people interested in catching big muskies.
I'm ready.
All right, man. Thanks. Oh yeah. All right, I'm here with Jim Sarek, who in my opinion is one of the leading authorities in muskie fishing here in North America. Now, Jim, you're the owner of Muskie Hunter magazine and television. You've basically been muskie fishing forever, and I've watched you on TV since I was young. What sort of rod and reel combo would you recommend to someone that doesn't have a high budget and is looking to learn how to muskie fish? That's what we're trying to do, is teach people how to learn how to muskie fish.
You know, to get started, I think the first thing I do, you know, you probably want about a 7.5 foot medium heavy action rod. You know, St. Croix makes these Mojo Muskie series now. They're very affordable, medium heavy action. You get a reel to complement yourself with that, and you're good to go. I mean, you don't have to get crazy. You're going to get crazy, believe me. It's just a matter of time till all of a sudden you realize one's not enough. I need more, because like any other fishing that you do, and you do a lot of different types of fishing, you need multiple rod actions for multiple techniques.
Okay.
But you can get away with one.
Sure. Now, if people are learning how to muskie fish, this is probably, in my opinion, the authority where people could come. You have magazine and the television show. Can you tell us a little bit about people are wanting to learn how to muskie fish? What sort of tools can they utilize to become a better fisherman?
You know, the first thing that comes to people's mind is they want that silver bullet in muskie fishing. You know, you're looking for that hot bait. And, you know, you come to a sports show and there's all kinds of silver bullets everybody here that people want to use to eventually catch them. But it comes down to knowledge. And really it's about, that's the way to get up the learning curve. And today, it's pretty easy. I mean, you know, we certainly have our Muskie Hunter website where you can go and you can talk to people online about stuff. The magazine itself is really, we've got writers from all across the country, fish all different types of waters, and that's really the way to learn. And then, you know, obviously there's a TV show, there's videos, there's books. You know, we did this book called The Complete Guide to Muskie Hunting, which Steve Heiding and I did, that I really believe is a great book for anyone to figure out, what do I need to have, and how do I go from point A to point B to catch more fish.
Yeah, and that's what people can do nowadays, is they can go on your website, or they can go on the internet and they can type in, hey, I'm a beginner muskie fisherman, can you give me some advice? And guys like yourself and guys on your pro staff, it's a lot of great content. So I appreciate you taking the time. Jim is one of the, like I said, the authorities, and I appreciate you taking the time to interview us.
Thanks.
So thanks so much. It's a 2011 Muskie Show here. All right, I'm here with the legend himself, Mr. John Lehman from Smokey's Tackle Shop. Now, this is a place that I have a tendency to go and buy most of my muskie tackle here in the southern part of Wisconsin. Now, John, can you show us at the Muskie Show here some of the new product you have for 2011?
Yes, and we're starting off probably with the beginners, and probably one of the first baits that were out there, believe it or not, was the spoon plug. All right, now we're back with the Johnson spoon plug, and
Okay.
Booker's putting it out. We've got 6 colors in it.
Okay.
It's good. But as far as a beginner, if you're going to want to get something, what you should do, start with at least one bucktail.
Okay.
And a bucktail should be black and silver, meaning silver the blade, black the skirt. That's a necessity. A suic, a type of jerk bait. Now there's many glide baits out there, but you can pick your choice on glide baits because there's hundreds of them. And
you've
trust,
sold thousands
and
of
thousands.
lures.
What is the best one? It's still the nickel black bucktail for about $7.99, $8.99.
Well, and you would know, I mean, this guy sells thousands of lures at a muskie shop. So what we wanted to do is just say, hey, you know, he's saying of the bucktail, suic, showing you some new product, but that nickel,
nickel black and a bucktail is a necessity in everybody's box, along with good leaders, but we can get in that later.
All right. Well, you know what, John? Thanks for your time.
You're very welcome.
Now I'm here with Chuck DeVito of Innovative Tackle Solutions. Now, if you had one rod to pick for someone that was learning how to muskie fish, let's say for the first time, and they didn't have a bunch of money and they just had one rod to choose from, there's a whole bunch of rods I see here for probably a whole bunch of different reasons. Which one rod would you recommend, Chuck?
Well, I think that a good rod to choose would be something that's going to be able to throw bucktails, which is a great search bait, small twitch baits, things like that.
Okay.
You know, there's plenty of different lures on the market, big lures, you know, things that the average guy isn't probably going to throw when they first get started. But the type of rod I would recommend would be some type of an 8-foot rod, a medium action. It's going to have a faster tip, and what I mean by faster tip is that from about here up, you've got a really good bend in the rod tip, okay? And then in the back section, you're going to have a nice firm stiffness in the back section, so you're going to be able to handle those fish.
Sure.
But this is going to be able to throw any kind of little twitch baits.
If you had two, now you've got the rod.
Yeah.
If you had 2 lures to pick here, again,
Sure.
not everybody's got, you know, $500 to spend on lures. So if you could just pick 2 that you would think would help somebody catch a muskie, what would you recommend?
If it were 2, it would be our 6-inch big game
Okay.
or our 6-inch Custom X. The difference between the two, no matter how hard you twitch this one in my left hand, 18 to 20 inches down over the tops of the weeds, perfect bait for that. Then you want to get a little bit deeper, 3 to 4 feet, you throw a bait like this.
Okay. And now these baits, are these baits available on your website?
Yes, they are.
Okay, and that website is?
www.innovativetacklesolutions.com.
Well, thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
So what I'm going to do here is change the contact point by just slightly bending that screw eye down just a little bit. And that should, theoretically, strike a different, you know, portion of the blade, and it's going to make it louder. So we'll take a hey, what's happening? Yeah, so instantly it made it louder right there. Just that little difference. Then if you want, if you like the traditional popping sound, you can actually pull the blade down. So now you'll have a combination of the traditional pop that a tailbait is going to make and the clicking sound. So you get a combination of the both together. So now, let's see, lift that just a little bit. Now I got to take a little click away from it like that, bend it back a little bit, so you get a pop and a click now. That's something I didn't want to think about. I found alone. You know, which way is better when? I don't know. You just got to experiment and let the fish tell you.